What's up, everybody, and welcome to Comics Icons. Now, JJ, what they call me, and today we got the Omega issue of Devil's Reign. Now, in the last issue number 6, we kind of seen the story come to an end. The heroes saved the day, the Purple Man has been taken out, and Fisk is on the run. So this Omega issue pretty much deals with the fallout of Devil's Reign and kind of where we stand at this particular moment. So if y'all like me and can't wait to see what happens next and what this damage has left behind, y'all know what time it is. Let's get it. So when the Omega issue picks up, we get a conversation between Daredevil and Reed Richards, as Reed is telling him Wilson Fisk has disappeared. Facial recognition placed him in Mary Dockin in Lisbon, and then one more hidden Zagreb, but that's it. And based on the travel pattern, I suspect he's in Latveria. It would explain why he's hidden from our magicians and telepaths as well. Victor Von Doom would no ways around that sort of thing, I'm sorry. That's all I can do for now, Daredevil. We have to find him, Daredevil says to him. After what he's done, Wilson Fisk needs to face justice, Reed. I know this is important to you. I'll pick it up again tomorrow, but I'm sorry, I have to go. What's more important than this? The man assaulted the city. I know, but today is Matt Murdock's funeral. Then we go over to the church where the funeral proceedings are happening. My heart hurts. He's gone, and I feel it in my chest, in my bones. Matthew Murdock has died, and we're all worse for him leaving, but we're also all better for having known him. It's hard to hold on to the latter when the former sits in us today, so heavy. He would say to be happy, to understand that he's in the world beyond, freed from pain and suffering. Matt had hardships and tragedies, more than most, but he would say his faith showed him a path through all of that, to being a selfless man who helped others. If you ask me, I don't think he ever needed his faith for that. Matt Murdock was simply a good man, a fighter for others. The world was darkness for him, but he always saw the light in everyone. Goodbye, Matt. You are loved. You can rest. Then we see, outside of the funeral, Foggy Nelson is talking to J. Jonah Jameson. As J. Jonah tells him, "It was a beautiful eulogy. I was surprised you weren't the one delivering it, Mr. Nelson. Thought Murdock was your best friend." I couldn't bring myself to, and I knew Kirsten would do the best job. Thanks for coming, Mr. Jameson. I'm sure Matt would have appreciated it. Yeah, well, even though it was a short stint, an unelected one at that. Former mayors have a bond. Besides, I recorded the whole thing for my podcast. Have you subscribed? You just go to www. Then we move over to Jessica Jones, and she's talking to the DA. Miss Jones, I don't believe we've met. I'm Ben Hochberg, the district attorney, and I'll be working with your husband. Settling in the Gracie mansion? Luke and I are staying in our apartment in Harlem, and you already have supervillains trying to kill you. Living in a mansion isn't gonna change much. I suppose not. I see you still have the mayor's security, though. Yeah, Luke didn't want them to lose their jobs just because he's bulletproof. Not sure the taxpayers will like that. Hey, you were there for the cleanup after the Purple Man's attack, yeah? What happened to his kids? We know social services came. Well, the 4 depowered ones were kept together with a nice foster family in Queens. Joseph, though, he's trickier. His powers have made it hard to... Nope, absolutely not. And we see as Luke Cage notices that Butch Ferris has showed up to the funeral. Luke's not a fan of that, as Butch says to him, "Mr. Mayor, I'm just here to pay my respects." Sure, Butch Ferris, the new kingpin of crime, wants to pay respects. And maybe show his subordinates how tough he is, walking through a sea of mourning superheroes. I'm sorry, are you gonna assault me? I see J. Jonah Jameson here. He'd love that scoop. Then Danny Rand stops in. Look, just get in your car and go. The mayor isn't gonna let optics stop him from turning this into 2 funerals. Mr. Rand here speaks the truth. My father killed him. It was a horrible act from a horrible man, and I just wanted to forget it. I'm sorry. Wait, father? Rand replies. Then Foggy runs up and he stops Butch right before he gets into his car. You know, don't you? It's why you came. I do, Butch replies to him. That's not Matt Murdock in that casket. It's Mike, his brother, my best friend. Well, shit. I'm sorry. Matt told me you and Mike were childhood friends. None of this is right. Mike deserves a funeral, not this sham. People mourning his do-gooder brother who never had a moment for him. Tell me, Nelson, Mike was pretending to be Matt as a favor because the golden boy was in rehab out of town. So why isn't he here now? And why can't my men find him? This whole thing stinks. I'll keep this quiet because if Matt Murdock set Mike up, I'm going to find him. And what my father did to Mike is going to look like a scraped knee compared to what I'm going to do to him. Then he hops in his whip and pulls off. Then we get Luke and Jessica talking to each other. Hey, honey, I don't think I'm going to make it to the burial. I want to check something out. Yeah, I don't think I'm going either. All of this feels wrong, and I want to go get some answers. As he looks up to the nearest rooftop and he sees both the daredevils, Matt and Elektra, watching over him from above. All right, fun's over. We played along with your fake funeral. Then Danny chimes in. So tell us, Matt, what's the point of this? Matt Murdock is dead. It's better this way for what we have to do, the real Matt chimes in. And what exactly is that? Your brother is dead, man. It isn't fair to his friends to not get a chance to mourn him. My brother didn't have friends. He had people he owed money to. I'll mourn him. I'll avenge him one day even. But for now, Elektra and we're going to destroy the hand. Oh, for the hand? Seriously? What are you even doing, man? Is it ninja time again? This is serious. The hand is making moves that will ensure complete control of the world. You may be content to stop carjackings or drug deals, but this is bigger than any of that. This is Armageddon. What the beast craves. And Danny's like, can you talk some sense into them, Luke? I get it. I really do. I only ran for mayor to stop Fisk. But now that I've won, it's a chance to think bigger, to affect some change in the city on a wider scale. But this whole Matt is dead nonsense, we're just worried. You lost your brother. Escaping into Daredevil isn't the way to deal with that. I know, Daredevil replies. You're just looking out for me, Luke. I appreciate it. But you have to believe me. After prison, after Fisk, my mind feels clearer than it has in a long time. I have a way forward to help the most people. And, bank robbery. 2 blocks over. I don't want to cut my intervention short, but, Mr. Mayor, are you too important now to stop some bad guys? As Luke Cage smirks. And they go and get right to it. As we see those bank robbers running out of the bank. Can't believe this is working. Told you. All them heroes are off licking their wounds. It's clear sailing. Ah, shit. Bang, bang. Up. Attempted assassination of a public official? Brazen. Even for bank robbers. Put down the guns, and we'll go easy on. Bang, bang. Okay. The hard way then, says Elektra as her and Matt jump in the fight and start whooping ass. Then we see Danny getting him a drop kick in. We can do this. Man. Luke knocks out the last guy. You picked the wrong day for this nonsense. So as it's over, we see Danny talking to Luke, and he's like, so which of us gets to drag these guys to the station? I vote for the strong one who runs the city. Looks like we don't need to do anything just yet. This is a Thunderbolts only crime scene. Hands where I can see them. As the Thunderbolts pull up on the heroes after the hole, you dig? Daredevil's like, no, I don't think so. Then Luke chimes in, officer, what's your issue here? We just caught bank robbers. And the main officer takes off his helmet and he says, Mr. Mayor, if you're involved, I'll let this slide. This time, despite you being a cop hater. This time, you and your damn fascist costumes and guns are supposed to be in a dusty warehouse hundreds of miles away. Well, shit, they didn't tell you? It takes a lot more than your wishes to overturn a law that the people want. Vigilantism in New York is still illegal. I don't work for you. Let's go, boys. Someone needs to protect this city. And Danny's like, okay, that was shit. So what's the plan? Then we transition over to Jessica Jones and we see that she's going to visit Joseph. We appreciate your interest, Miss Jones, but if you wanted an official tour, I'm sure the mayor's office could arrange. I don't want a tour, and I'm not some first lady looking for a damn ceremony. Mommy, I want to go home. I know, honey. Soon. Of course. We just want you to know that if you'd like. Joe? Mommy, I want to go. For Christ's sake, you put a power collar on him? It's for my own good. His powers could have been very disruptive. We had no... Shh. Jessica rips the power collar off of him. And he tells him, I didn't do anything wrong. You never even let me. The orphanage's insurance would have been void, and he uses his powers and tells the old lady, go for a walk. And Jessica stops him. Hey, what? She had me in a collar, like a dog. I know, but you just can't. Taking people's autonomy away, it's the worst thing you can do. Your father did it to me, and it almost destroyed my life. You've got power, Joe. People are gonna be scared of you. Don't feed into that. Don't take away people's freedom. Why not? They took away mine. Hi, says little Danny. Hi. I don't like it here. Yeah, neither do I. Then we get back over to Mayor Cage, and he's on the phone. Come on, Harris. You're my big legal brain. There's nothing I can do? I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor. I told you, it's Luke. Luke, we can draft up a repeal, but it has to go through city council, which means the councilors have to be convinced their voters won't turn on them. It's not gonna be easy, Mr. Luke. Okay, thanks for this. I'll see you in the office tomorrow. Not gonna be easy. Story of my damn life. Honey, we're, home? Thank God. I've had the weirdest afternoon. Yeah, same. As she shows him that she brought Joseph home. Then we get the burial of Mike Murdoch, aka Matt Murdoch, who they think it is. I'm sorry. Before we can lower it, can I have one more moment with him? Says Kristen. Of course, love. We'll be nearby. I hope I did okay, Matt. You're impossible to sum up in one single speech. I wanted to leave you with something. When he did what he did, you had this on you. I don't know what it is, but it feels like it was important to you. Maybe you even died for it. It's beautiful. There's a shimmer to it, like it's alive. I wish you could have seen it instead of just feel it. Maybe you can now. I've never been really religious, but my God, my heart is screaming to me right now, Matt. All I hear is its voice saying, you'll see him again, and that I'll be able to tell you everything I've held on to for so long. Wouldn't that just be amazing? Wouldn't that just be a miracle? Then we transition further along in the story, and it's time for Mayor Cage to clean house a little bit as he's approached by Monica Rambeau. Hey, Rambeau. Mr. Mayor, what an unexpected surprise. I didn't think you had time for us little people now that you're greengrocer of the Big Apple. Yeah, I didn't want the job, but somebody had to beat Wilson Fisk at the ballot box and set things straight. Gotta love all that paperwork. Don't even start. It's awful. Anyway, I'm trying to fix things, and it would be real nice to have you in the mix. Oh? How so? What do you know about the Thunderbolts? They're Wilson Fisk's assassins and super cronies. See? That's the problem. The original Thunderbolts were Baron Zemo's masters of evil in disguise, building trust before they sprung their big trap. After that, though, a bunch of them realized they actually liked being heroes. Hawkeye tried to steer him toward redemption. A while later, I tried to do the same. Now Kingpin sprayed his stink all over the team. Under his leadership, the Thunderbolts became a completely crooked operation, killing and stealing while wielding their badge like a weapon. The point is, as he crashes through the top of the building, it ain't right. And he jumps down and starts to fight Crossbones and the rest of the Thunderbolts there. All this corruption has got to get torn out by roots. Well, looky here. Luke Cage is breaking and entering. I guess we better enforce the law, says Crossbones. He opens fire. And of course, Luke Cage is bulletproof, so they just bouncing off. Set weapons to high yield and bring him down. And Monica flies in. How about now? And she melts all of the guns. Assaulting a police officer is a serious crime, Mr. Mayor, says Crossbones. That's fine. I'm sure the court will see things my way once your performance is in the public records, Crossbones. Accepting bribes, selective enforcement, and discrimination, abuse of police procedure, public misconduct, racketeering. My new district attorney is gonna be damn busy, but it'll be worth it when all you chumps get what's coming to you. Then we go back and we see those Thunderbolts agents trying to blast Monica Rambeau, which we know that's not gonna happen. They're like, use the energy matrix to catch Spectrum before I do this. Blast through all of them. Okay, I get it. You're venting your frustrations and shutting down Fisk's army of crooks. Yeah, but that's just a start. I don't want Fisk to have the last word on the Thunderbolts. Their legacy deserves something better. Great job, Mr. Mayor. What the? Hello, Miss Rambeau. I'm Helen Estranja, a public relations specialist, and also, if you don't mind me saying, a big fan of your work. As we see now the camera crews coming in and take some pictures of what Luke Cage just did, and one of them's telling Luke Cage, turn just a bit to the left, sir. Better composition. Now Helen is talking to Monica, and she's like, while the legal issues of Wilson Fisk's tenure as mayor work themselves out, I've been tasked with reframing the Thunderbolts brand. It's not a brand, honey. It's a super team. Honestly, it's both. Marketing and communication are crucial to any successful enterprise. Mayor Cage needs to show he's making positive change, and the city needs a task force to handle extraordinary criminal activities. Legally, the Thunderbolts are already an authorized arm of the law. We intend for that to continue, only under far better leadership. Your leadership, in fact. And Monica's like, whoa. This means a lot to me, Rambeau. I can't lead a team and run the city at the same time. So you're my number one pick to head up the new Thunderbolts. You'll be at the forefront, leading the charge, a literal lightning bolt for justice, like lightning. Because everybody is now, they flashing their cameras at Monica, and she's like, oh, hell no. Luke, I appreciate the vote of confidence. No. I can't do that smile and wave shit. I don't have it in me anymore. You know the media is relentless nowadays. I already see how this all goes down. They'll poke and jab, and when I don't play nice, they'll fall back on the tired, angry black lady rhetoric. Sorry, Cage. I can't front this thunder circus you're whipping up. Good luck, but I'm out. Damn. We came on too strong. I'll follow up to see if she changes her mind, but unfortunately, we need to try someone else. Sam Wilson, Dane Whitman, Barbara Morse, and Janet Van Dyne are all no-goes. But what about Clint Barton? Then we go over to City Hall, and we're about to have the first press conference of Mayor Luke Cage as we get a reporter talking to the camera. Good morning. This is Helena Helens for WHRO here in Manhattan at City Hall, where in moments, newly elected Mayor Luke Cage will be giving his first press conference. The new mayor certainly has his hands full, as the current state of the city can best be described as chaotic. Many argue that much of this discourse is due to outgoing Mayor Wilson Fisk. Mayor Fisk was indeed a controversial figure during his tenure at City Hall. But that said, his sizable and vocal base remains in his corner. However, with Fisk missing and rumblings from the criminal underworld suggesting that he is deceased, it's safe to say they are a base without a leader. The larger issue plaguing the city is the tremendous spike in crime. Violent crime is at an all-time high, with no end in sight. After costume vigilantes waged war in the streets of our good city, causing massive destruction to property and a number of civilian injuries. Which brings me to the Anti-Vigilante Powers Act Mayor Fisk implemented as a deterrent to such destruction. Many citizens who want crime held in check are left wondering if it's criminals causing the most harm, or the vigilantes who destroy property in the name of justice. The city of New York and its 5 boroughs are in desperate need of leadership that will bring unity and calm to a city divided. Proponents of the law believe that the NYPD is more than equipped to handle crime in the city, both of the conventional as well as the unconventional sort. This same contingent wonders if Mayor Cage, a former vigilante crime fighter called Power Man, can be objective in regard to this subject. That said, Many are hoping that Mayor Luke Cage is the right man for the job. Then we get Luke Cage kind of reminiscing over his history before he goes to the podium. Luke Cage, Mayor of New York. If somebody had told me when I was a kid running around the streets of Harlem that I'd be mayor one day, I'd have told them they were out of their mind. The world was so simple back then. Something popped off, the community got it in check. We're a long way from that time. For some reason, I always felt like the world outside my bubble would one day come calling. And oh, was I right. My time with the rivals felt like a big dysfunctional family, but family nonetheless. Little did I know that real dysfunction was right around the corner. Boot camp for me was throwing hands with the cats that were preying on Harlem's pain. What started in Harlem spread out to the world. I found a partner and friend in Danny Rand, aka Iron Fist, and a few more with the Defenders. And I found love. But this here is different. Ain't jumping off buildings and cracking heads. I'm a part of the system now. And just then somebody walks into the door. 5 minutes, Mayor Cage. I'm ready. Now, just want to prepare you for what's coming, Mr. Mayor. Half of the press are fans of former Mayor Fisk. The other half is willing to give you a shot, but you're gonna have to prove your worth. Been doing that all my life. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mayor Cage. Good morning. Please be seated. Before we get to the questions, I wanted to address some of the elephants in the room. I know many of you doubt my ability to govern this city. Some may point to my checkered history as a teen delinquent. Others may look to my work as what many in the media refer to as a vigilante. Whichever side you fall on, I say this. It doesn't matter what you think. I'm gonna work my ass off, and alongside the citizens and lawmakers of New York, fix this city that I love with all my heart. I will be fair. I will be objective. But right now, my focus is restoring order and bringing safety to our streets. Folks are afraid, and I'm gonna ease those fears with action. That said, any questions? Then we get him sitting in his office, his feet kicked up after a successful press conference. As he thinks to himself, that went better than expected. But who am I fooling? This city is under siege, and it's polarized politically. No way I can fix things solely from the inside. The city is building a new future, and the new Thunderbolts are a good start. They can work inside the system. But Fist's rot runs deep. I need folks committed to keeping us honest, working from the outside as we turn the city around. And finally, set things right. As he hears 5-0 in the background, wee-oo. He gets ready to leap into action, and ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of Devil's Reign. Man, this has been an absolute phenomenal series. I hope y'all enjoyed this, man. We saw it all from the superheroes becoming convicts and getting locked up and having to start a prison break, to fighting a mayor and a whole city of Purple Man controlled people. And it's had a little bit of everything in it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the ride just as much as I did. And definitely can't wait to see what happens next for our heroes and our mayor, the new mayor, Luke Cage, mayor of New York. I think this was a big glow up for Luke Cage. He got a lot of shine in this series. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hop in those comments and tell me what y'all thought about this ongoing series, man. This has been absolutely phenomenal in my opinion. But y'all know what time it is. If y'all rocking with the man, if y'all rocking with the boy, do me a favor, help a brother out. And drop a like, share, and subscribe to this thing, man, for more icons in the comic book world. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Peace.